And especially since the pandemic, we've seen some schools get creative to help solve the teacher shortage crisis. But the effort you're about to see is solving multiple problems at once. It's not only getting teachers into classrooms, it's helping refugees in America restart their lives.
It's very beautiful. You like this color, Layla?
Being in a classroom reminds Sadia Alani of home.
So, I am from Iraq.
There, Alani studied to be a teacher.
After I graduated in my country, and I have a lot of dreams.
But political unrest forced Alani, her husband, a translator for the U.S. Army, and their 3 kids to flee.
I have a lot of memories. We left everything, like our family, our everything.
They waited to come to the U.S. for 6 years as refugees in Lebanon. When they finally made it to the States, Alani's teaching dreams were delayed again.
I start working like as bakery until I develop my language. And then I ask if I can work with my degrees, and the people will say, oh, that's impossible because your degrees are from not here.
But she found a place that recognized her hard work and education.
I like to be a construction worker when I grow up.
I want to be like a mechanical.
The International Community School, just outside of Atlanta, is a school for both American and international children. Here, refugee students are welcomed, and so are their parents. The Refugee Women's Network partnered with the school to train refugee women to get their teaching credentials.
This was such a godsend.
Sushma Barakoti is the executive director of the nonprofit. She says refugee women want to help their families, but are often not given a chance.
So most of the time, women always have the back seat because it's so important for somebody in the family to get a job, and that's men in the family most of the time.
But with help from the school's leader, Fran Carroll, these women's education is being put to use, helping both the women and the school.
How are we going to solve this teacher shortage that we're facing, as well as bring some diversity into our school? This is another demographic that can solve and help solution that problem.
While these refugee women take classes to earn their teaching certification, they help teach and interact with students and families, both American and international.
Representation matters. So it's important that our students see figures in the classroom that they can relate to, who speaks their language, who shares their same customs. Our American children are able to learn about different cultures and customs, and that information is shared in an organic manner.
And as the national teacher shortage only worsens, the team here hopes to be an example of how to educate and build community all at once.
We can approach education differently. And so it's going to take innovation to really just flip this whole industry upside down. And this is something that can definitely be replicated.
And a program that, if replicated, means so much more than a job.
So I have a future, I have a goal, and I'm working to my goal.
The women that we spoke with were so passionate. It was so inspiring to sit with them and hear what they had been through, and now the inspiration they have to go back into the classroom, being able to use their education that they gained in their home countries. And the nonprofit and the school that teamed up to put this on, they gathered donations, grant money. It was really an effort to help these women, but they hope that communities across the country, schools across the country see this and say, hey, we can get creative too. We can find the money somewhere to get these women and get more people from our community back in the classroom. So it was just such an inspiring story to be a part of, and I hope more schools can take note of that.